Hello folks, Bronco Bob here with Texas Best Used Motorcycles right here in Mansfield, Texas. I'm here today to show you a 2012 Harley Davidson. This is a Sportster 1200 and they call it the 48. We're going to sell this bike in our scratch and dent section because it doesn't meet our standards. It has some cosmetic flaws. There's some things missing from the bike, and I'm going to highlight everything. Mechanically, it runs really good. Starts right up. It's fuel injected. It's got a 2-in-1 exhaust. It's got a really sweet tone. But the previous owner must have watched too many episodes of OCC Chopper, because they got their welder out and they did some work. And I'm going to show you that. But starting on the front of the bike, it's got the factory black powder coated wheel, which looks good. Front tire's in good shape. You'll notice the front fender is missing. Going down the right side of the bike, the pipes have been wrapped with heat wrap, and you can see where their heel rubbed through on the wrap, so that just needs to be redone. The pipe's been painted a flat black, and you can see it's tarnished a little bit just from the heat. It's got a custom air filter. The tank is red, and when you look at it in the sun, it's kind of a candy red. It's really pretty nice looking paint, but you can look through and see the bare metal behind the paint, and they probably did that on purpose to give it kind of a look. But if you get it out in the sun, you can see the metal, and it's like it has clear coat with a red tint. The seat is literally a cushion with a do-rag on it that's faded, got a couple holes in it just to give it a bobber look. The oil tank is painted a gray, kind of a pewter gray. Now here's where they got the welder out. They cut the back struts when they cut the back fender, and they welded on this little custom sissy bar. It's not bolted on, you can see it's welded. And also notice on the rear there's no shock absorbers. They put solid struts on the rear, which gives it a nice look, but also makes it ride like a hardtail. The license plate has been moved to the side, and it looks like it's got brand new brake pads, but this rotor is kind of rough. It probably wore down to the metal, and they just put new pads on it. So the rotor's not perfectly smooth like it should be. It still has the 48 designation right here on the derby cover, and the motor is kind of a satin wrinkle finish. The paint, the clear coat on the rear fender looks like you or I did it. Right along here there's a lot of orange peel. There's fish eyes. The tank looks a little bit better, but in the sunlight it's got a, you can see the metal underneath the paint. The handlebars are pushed forward, kind of a mini ape hanger drag bar look. And it's got the mirror hanging down upside down, which is kind of cool. It's got a security system, so you can see the light flashing. But the rear sissy bar is homemade. It's got some LED strips, and the back tire is actually very, very fresh. Well, let's start it up and let's hear it run. Like I say, it runs really good mechanically, but we're selling it as a scratch and dent bike, and what that means, we're selling it as is. We're not going to change the oil. We're not going to wash the bike. What you see is what you get. It's missing, the mirror's missing on that side, so you won't get a mirror. You won't get the front fender. Like I say, is what you see is what you get. But it is a good running bike. We're just not going to change the oil. We're not going to wash it. This is exactly the way we received it, and I've tried to highlight everything that I see that's wrong with it. It does have this alarm system. It's what they call a passive alarm. When you walk away from the bike, if you don't have those little fobs, it won't start. I'm going to start it again. It does sound pretty. Again, it's fuel injected. There's no choke. You see the LED light strips on the back. Got a light here for the license plate. runs out, excellent. But if you want us to change the oil, do a service, do a detail, we'll be glad to get a quote from our service department. But we're going to have it value priced, where we're not going to do any of that. We're just going to sell it like it is. The oil isn't black, but it's dark. Could probably stand to be changed. It's right there in the middle, but it's got plenty of oil in it. Well, give us a call. We can ship this bike anywhere in the USA or anywhere in the world. It does have a neat look with the back fender kind of chopped off and the rear struts, but it's only a single rider bike. You can't really put a passenger on it. There's no passenger pegs. There's no belt guard. All that stuff is missing from the bike. But that kind of gives it that old school bobber look with modern fuel injection and modern disc brakes. But thanks for looking. Thanks for your time. This is Bronco Bob right here at TexasBestUsedMotorcycles.com in Mansfield, Texas. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope to see you in our showroom soon. Happy trails.